was proposing. And again, it's an idea. He's not like picketing outside of the Capitol to make this happen.
Intellectual exercise?
It's an intellectual exercise. What would happen if we barred senators from becoming president? He notes that 17 presidents were previously senators. 7 of them became senators after 1913. So Harding, Truman, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Obama, and Biden were all senators that became president. The significance of 1913 is that's when the 17th Amendment took the selection of senators away from state legislatures. Remember, we didn't vote on senators until 1913, the 17th Amendment. And he thinks that the use of the Senate as a stepping stone to build your brand, to become president or to make a presidential run is detrimental to the functioning of the Senate. And he does use Josh Hawley as an example of that. What's interesting is this was written back in April. And we have since seen Senator Hawley do just that to build his brand. I mean, he is a brand.
It's one of my, I'm not this specifically, but the general tone of politics is, in my view, too much about climbing. It's too much about staying and not enough about doing, like doing the job and representing the people that you represent. It's too much about building your own brand, trying to make sure that you stay in office for however long you can. Or like in this case, the senator using that spot, not to enact laws, not to work on behalf of your state, but to climb, to make yourself a presidential candidate. And you can do that in other places. You could do that as a governor. You could do that in other ways. And I know that having some policy experience, having some of that can be helpful if you're going to run for president. We don't want always to have random people that don't have public policy experience running for president. But I wish there was a way, I don't want to say force, but to encourage strongly people to do their jobs for the reason that they're there rather than for their own purposes.
I suppose you can make what would I call it? A term ceiling. Like maybe if you run for a particular office, you have to serve in that for a certain amount of time before you can run for president. A floor.
And
did I say ceiling?
Yeah.
I meant floor. Yeah. I mean, like maybe you have to serve as a senator for 2 terms before you can run for president. But I don't know that you can. It's an interesting idea. The problem is, I don't know how you enforce it, and I don't know how it's an American idea to say certain people can run for president, certain politicians can run for president, but you guys can't.
Well, and I think the reason why George Will brings up the Senate is the Senate was built to be counter-majoritarian. The Senate is the countermeasure to the House, which is Democratic. The House of Representatives is crazy. It truly is the people's house. When you look, I mean, you hate to say it like, oh, who's in Congress? But you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene and you look at the other people in Congress and the House of Representatives and you think, unfortunately, I do think that's a pretty good representation of our crazy country and the crazy people. The Senate was supposed to be somewhat, I don't want to say anti-democratic, but a push against that. The Founding Fathers, I forgot who said it. I'm platitude lady, but the only thing they feared more than tyranny was an absolute democracy. That's why they built in these counter-majoritarian checks and balances. And so the Senate, Alexander Hamilton called it the little arts of popularity, like trying to build your brand. That's how he phrased it in the 18th century. The Senate, the purpose of it is to push back against popular opinion. But if you're trying to make a push for the presidency through the Senate, you are pandering to popular opinion.
Except Hawley in this case, and I know he's not specifically, well, he did use him as an example, but I don't think we're just talking about Hawley not being able to run for president. He doesn't seem to be pushing a popular idea, though. So I'm still not exactly sure how it's going to benefit him down the road. I think he thinks it does, and I know he's a smart person. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on this, and he will somehow 2 years from now benefit from it, or a year from now, or whatever his next endeavor is. I just can't. I can't wrap my head around what that could possibly be, because it is not a very popular idea. And to go back to the Senate idea, you're right in that it was supposed to be a counterweight. but I don't know if it's necessarily good for us all the time, because sometimes the Senate does appear to be working against what the people want, which I don't know that that's necessarily good.
The conundrum. Guess who fixes it all, by the way?
Who?
People who vote and could vote better and vote smarter. We could definitely do something about
Well.
that. Hey, 9 golfers on the LIV Tour are suing the PGA Tour. We'll tell you about it coming up after the news.
Hey guys, it's Glover.
Wondering where Dave, Trish, Rachel, and Andrew are?
We are taking a little vacation this week.
But thanks to some creative casting, you won't even notice.
All this week, 2 till 6 p.m. Who'll be sitting in for the Dave Glover Show?
Enjoy the magic of Hancock and Kelly. We will be back on Monday the 8th.
And if you need a fix of the Dave Glover Show while they're on vacation, you can always check out the podcast page at KMOX.com.
If you own a house in St. Louis and you want to sell it as is, without any inspections or the need to make any repairs, call Chris Buys Homes St. Louis at 314-328-8000 or at chrisbuyshomes.louis.com and get your cash offer without any obligations, commissions, banks, or headaches. Chris buys vacant houses, inherited houses, fixer-uppers, beautiful houses, even the tenant won't pay the rent apartment. Google Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis. That's Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis, and check out the best reviews from satisfied customers. When you sell to Chris, you decide when you want to move according to your schedule and your terms. Go to chrisbuyshomesinstlouis.com. Google Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis or call 314-328-8000. That's 314-328-8000. Call Chris and get the offer you've been waiting for. Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis.com. That's Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis.com or call 314-328-8000. Tom Ackerman sees clearly thanks to Doctors Birdie and Mahaltra. You can too. Go to yourEyeDoc.com today or call 314-966-5000.
In business since 1957, we've seen many competitors come and go. Hi, I'm Chuck Easter with Easter Fence Deck and Renovations. Many companies pass away with the owners, and their customers are left with useless promises and warranties. At Easter, we are in the 3rd generation and have a succession plan. You know we'll be here to honor our warranty, which is the best in the industry, and take care of all of your fence, deck, and outdoor construction needs. Call 314-892-8500 or easterfence.com.
Easter Fence Deck and Renovations, where customers become friends.
At 10:30, we have cloudy skies and 76 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Carol Daniel. The Associated Press has obtained nearly 12,000 pages of sealed records from a child sex abuse lawsuit against the Mormon Church. The documents offer the most detailed and comprehensive look yet at the church's so-called helpline for dealing with child sex abuse accusations against officials and family members. American basketball star Brittany Griner apologizing to her family and teams as a Russian court heard closing arguments in her drug possession trial. They expected a verdict. They delivered a verdict against her today. And as you heard on KMOX, that verdict against Brittany Griner came in. She was found guilty in her Russian drug possession trial, again apologizing to her family and teams as the Russian court heard closing arguments this morning. And in Illinois, state police say an 8th person has died from a fiery crash involving a wrong-way car on an interstate in northern Illinois. Police announcing 32-year-old Thomas Dobowitz of Rolling Meadows, Illinois, has died. The gas prices continue to fall in the St. Louis area, dropping 19 cents in the last week, according to the AAA. Regular unleaded here averaging $3.88 a gallon. That's 96 cents a gallon more than at this time last year. The average price in Missouri is $3.76 a gallon, well below the national average of $4.14. A doubleheader today for the Cardinals after Wednesday's game between the Cubs and Cardinals was postponed by rain. Taking a look at the commute. There's a stalled vehicle westbound 70 at 270 on the right shoulder. Another stall southbound 270 past 64 on the right shoulder could be cleared out in about 10 minutes. And a stall eastbound 64 past Chesterfield Airport Road on the right shoulder. The KMOX forecast. Look for another chance of showers in spots this afternoon. Otherwise, a cloudy, warm, and sticky day. The rest of the day, the high 88. Tonight, clear, warm, and humid. The low 76. And some sunshine tomorrow. We could see some rain in spots. Another humid day Friday. The high about 90 degrees. Right now, it's mostly cloudy and 75 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Carol Daniel, KMOX News.
You know those headlines that make you stop scrolling and actually read an article? I'm Mike Rogers. Those are the kinds of stories I'm diving into on my podcast, Something Offbeat, like the caterpillar infestation in Maine that had us rethinking our relationship with insects.
We were talking about a time 300 million years ago, if you can imagine. There was a dragonfly. It had a 2-foot wingspan.
Just search for Something Offbeat in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
The DeWalt Day Super Sale is happening right now at your local Farm and Home Supply. Purchase over $200 in DeWalt products and receive a free atomic tape measure. Plus, we're giving away a $3,000 DeWalt shopping spree. For sale and giveaway details, head to your local Farm and Home Supply store.
Driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Are you concerned about outliving your money? Well, how would you like to have guaranteed growth and a lifetime of income you may never outlive? Join me, Ben Coons, for the Retirement and Income Radio Show, heard here every Saturday at 3 p.m. on KMOX Radio. You can also call me now for your complimentary Retirement and Income book at 844-513-SAFE. That's 844-513-7233.
This is Corey with Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling. Shopping around for new HVAC systems is something nobody ever wants on their to-do list. So let's help make things easier with free estimates on new equipment, up to $2,150 on Carrier Cool Cash rebates, and 0% financing for up to 72 months. With over 50 years of award-winning service, you can trust Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling with your new system install. For details and to get in your comfort zone, contact Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling at aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
I'm sure that you've felt the shift in the real estate market and have wondered how it will affect you. Is it time to buy or is it time to sell? What are your options? Hi, I'm Christina Straight with Straight Realty. Give us a call and we can discuss a strategy that works for your individual needs in this ever-changing market. Quality and experience at a more affordable rate. Why pay more than $4? 314-441-4444. 314-441-4444.
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
KMOX is Cardinals Radio.
Get ready for the Cards and Cubs tonight. Ameren pregame show 5:50. First pitch 6:45. Hear the game on KMOX and streaming on KMOX.com.
Live Golf and these players are claiming that because they had been suspended during the regular season, that they never even got the opportunity to compete in these playoffs. Now, what they're going after here, it's a long-term lawsuit, but in the immediacy of right now, they're trying to get a temporary restraining order that would allow them to play in the playoffs starting next week.
That's Rex Huckert of the Golf Channel talking about the latest lawsuit. So this is Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau, 9 other guys that left the PGA Tour to join the Live Golf Tour. They have all gotten together to file an antitrust lawsuit against the PGA Tour in federal court. That's what Rex is talking about there. Chris Ranji, Amy Markscourse, Kevin Wheeler with you here. We all knew this was going to be contentious. I mean, this is a pretty big deal when you're talking about billions of dollars on the line. A sport that is immensely popular. It may not be maybe where it was at the peak of Tiger Woods' popularity when he was young and dominant, but I mean, it's still one of the most popular sports, and I mean spectator sports, because it's the most popular participation sport in the country without question. More people play golf, I think, than anything else, and probably maybe more than any two other things combined. But I find this to be fascinating because what we have here, and I think there are two separate conversations we have to have. One that is the Live Tour versus the PGA Tour, and the other is the interests of these golfers. And with Mickelson, DeChambeau, some of the other golfers that are signed on to this that chose to go to the Live Tour, I don't understand the argument that they're making. They're saying that the PGA Tour is harming them by not allowing them to participate because they chose to go to the Live Tour. And I don't understand that at all. Like, you can't work for Ford and Chevy simultaneously. I can't work for a competitor of KMOX at the same time that I'm working for KMOX. And you left the PGA Tour voluntarily for huge guaranteed money. So how are you saying that the PGA Tour is harming you?
Well, first of all, I think because it's a lawsuit and you have to get into legalese and legalese that will be beyond my pay grade. They don't work for the PGA. They are members. And I believe the lawsuit, why it's an antitrust lawsuit, is the Live Tour players are saying that the PGA is colluding with the four majors, which are separate organizations, to basically punish the Live Tour players and exclude the Live Tour players from competing in those events.
So they're working with their business partners to protect their business interest against a competing business.
That's exactly it.
I'm not saying I agree with the players. I'm saying
that's what they're going to argue.
Not picking on you.
Yeah.
Just getting after that position that, listen, Phil Mickelson and Bryson DeChambeau got hundreds of millions of dollars to make this decision. The tour didn't do that to you. And you knew in advance that they were very likely going to say, you can't play for both. You can't do both. And I saw there was a legal analyst that was quoted in an ESPN story about this that essentially said they're going to have a hard time proving that they've been harmed.
Yes. Yeah, I most of the legal experts that I've seen so far, and it's not like 10 or anything, but a handful, maybe 4 or 5, most of them have argued that this is not really going to go anywhere, just because it's difficult to claim that you are being injured in some way, because financially, none of these golfers are being hurt.
They're being overpaid.
In fact, they're probably getting more than they were otherwise.
So by magnitudes of 10.
So there's no real argument there, because that's
the whole point, is you're claiming injury.
Yes.
Because of this collusion. Antitrust law should protect me from this injury.
Yeah. If there has ever been a lawsuit filed for which I do not feel bad for the plaintiffs, I can't think of one that I feel that way more than this one. Like, in no way do I feel any sort of sorrow or sympathy or anything for these golfers who are part of the Live Tour, because of what they've decided to do, who they've decided to take the money from, the fact that they are not in any way being financially disturbed. I don't understand what the lawsuit is and why I should feel any empathy toward them at all.
100%. Now, logically speaking, forgetting the emotion of anything, forgetting who backs the Live Tour, which is hard to do because it's a big deal.
According to the ratings, it's no one's backing it. So
does the Live Tour have a point that this collusion is harming them? Now, again, I mean, this is going to be a difficult thing, I think, for them to make a case on, because, again, you're talking about business partners, right? These are not equal entities. So this is not like the PGA Tour is not an equal entity to the Masters. The Masters is its own thing, but they are business partners. They are not technically in the same industry, right? This is not two steel companies. One of them is a tournament. One of them is a league. And that tournament and that league have an agreement to work together. They are business partners, but they are not part. I mean, they're both golf-based in businesses, right? But they are not technically the same thing. The Masters is not a tour. It is not a professional golf tour. It is one event. So, but I'm asking, does the Live Tour itself have a better case, saying, listen, you're shutting us out? They're telling advertisers, by the way, there's a story, one of these, the Live Tour went to like Dick's Sporting Goods and wanted to sign them on as a sponsor, and then Dick's Sporting Goods got pressure from the PGA Tour to not do it. I don't know if that's collusive behavior, or if that's just, again, business partners.
There are a lot of businesses who advertise only for one entity and won't do it for multiple entities anyway. That happens a lot.
Right.
So I'm not exactly sure what the objection there would be. And maybe this is oversimplifying it, but this almost feels like if some Russian oligarch decided he wanted to start, or a group of oligarchs decided they wanted to start a competing baseball league in the United States. And so they make this separate league. They lure a bunch of players away.
Use the KHL. It exists. It's a real-time example.
Yeah, okay.
KHL,
yeah,
NHL.
there you go.
And you can't play for both.
But the difference is the KHL doesn't operate here.
Right.
So I'm saying that if you start this league here, and then you think, well, MLB is shutting us out and they're not allowing their players to participate in their World Series or whatever. Like, yeah, you're probably going to lose big because there isn't an appetite for multiple leagues. There's never going to be a real appetite for multiple professional basketball leagues in this country.
No.
There's not going to be multiple Major League Baseball or baseball leagues in this country. People don't care. They care about one league. They care about the NFL. They don't care about really anything else, except for here we care about the Battlehawks and the XFL. That's totally different, though.
Yeah. And I think it's just the players, my understanding, it's the Live Tour players suing the PGA, not the Live Tour itself. Sure. And again, I don't know if they even have these in antitrust lawsuits. I know in civil lawsuits, you have the third party standing that the Live Tour would have or whatever. Again, I apologize to any lawyers listening to this and losing their minds. But I think even if the Live Tour had a lawsuit, I don't think you can do third party, I don't know, an antitrust standing. It's the players. The players are saying we're the ones being injured, not the Live Tour, because the Live Tour is not being injured by the PGA.
Yeah, I think Kevin's making the argument that maybe the Live Tour can make a better argument than the individual golfers, but there isn't anything there either.
I don't think so at all, but I mean, I think it's a better question than it is for the individuals. Golfers are independent contractors. They don't belong to a union. They are not PGA Tour employees, and the PGA Tour does get to set the standards for what is required for you to participate on their tour. And what was interesting is part of the lawsuit says the tour. This is from the people that filed the suit. So these are the lawyers for Mickelson, DeChambeau, et cetera. They said the tour is aware that if it can foreclose live golf players from having access to these events, like the FedEx playoffs that are coming up, or even create enough credible doubt about whether participation in live golf will end the players' chances of playing those events, then live golf will find it prohibitively difficult to sign and sustain a critical mass of players to field a competitive elite level tour. Duh. That's exactly the point. You are their competitor.
Yeah.
Why should they think? What are you arguing? They should help you?
Yes, they are.
That they should allow you to take away their business?
A text message to 314-436-7900. We welcome those all the time. Says the PGA is a monopoly, not good. Same way NCAA is a monopoly. Same way the International Olympic Committee, not good. Why not PGA/Live? Same way the AFL and the NFL.
Back in the day, you could not play for both the AFL and the NFL before the merger.
Yeah,
it was one or the other. This is not complicated.
Because it's appetite. People don't have an appetite for two leagues.
And PGA is one league. It is not a monopoly. It is one league.
Yeah.
And antitrust law, this is what we've talked about, like Major League Baseball has an antitrust exemption because it's not considered 30 different businesses. It's one business with 30 franchises. That's why they're called franchises. They are not independent businesses. They are part of one business with 30 franchises.
Yeah. I know this is not the biggest takeaway, but you know how some athletes are divisive and it's the most hated or the most loved player? Don't you think that over the course of his career, Phil Mickelson has low-key become super unlikable?
I don't think it's low-key. I think it's been this way for a long
time. Has it been this way for a long time?
The only time I really started to like him was was it a year or two ago? He started recording. Well, no, he started recording
those shoe commercials,
like videos, and he was being funny in his selfie videos.
Yeah,
I thought, Phil's being funny.
Yeah,
and
but now he just kind of
does arthritis commercials too. At any rate, remember, ladies and gentlemen, Phil Mickelson did call the Saudis scary mother blinkers and acknowledged their murderous tendencies.
Well, until they pay him.
Yeah, until he could take their money. And then he took their money because, well, it's a lot of money. All right, coming up next, we're going to get into what's trending this morning right here on the show.
The Wall Street Journal reported that home equity is at record levels. And while home values continue to soar, rising interest rates make it harder than ever to unlock equity. But what if you could cash out your home's equity right now while it's still sky high and not have to move? You can with Truehold.com. Truehold will buy your home for full cash value. Best of all, you get to bank all the cash now and continue living in your home. And Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance too. Let's review. Truehold pays your home's full value in cash fast. Use your cash to do everything you've dreamed of, like travel or pay off debt. Call 855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com for the smarter, faster way to cash out your home's full value without having to move. 1-855-300-9993. 1-855-300-9993 or go to Truehold.com.
It's ridiculous over here in Illinois. It really is.
How much worse does it have to get?
So expensive nowadays. I wait to the last minute, hoping that the prices will go down.
How much longer can you wait for relief? Governor Pritzker's doubling the state's gas tax gave Illinois some of the highest gas prices in the nation, yet the potholes in Chicago could swallow a CTA bus. Now Pritzker is forcing businesses to lie to their customers for his benefit.
Only thing Illinois is doing is delaying a gas tax increase and calling that a tax cut.
In Illinois, you have to sue to be able to tell the truth.
Gas station owners in Illinois are suing the state over a new law they claim violates their free speech rights.
How much longer will you be made to play the fool? In the last 4 years, Pritzker added another $2,165 to the tax burden Illinois families shoulder, which was already the highest in the nation. How much more of Pritzker can you afford? How much worse does it have to get before you make a change? Paid for by people who play by the rules pack.
Spark Co-working St. Louis is a new collaborative workspace located within the PwC Pennant Building in Ballpark Village. The Spark Co-working community supports the thriving St. Louis entrepreneurial ecosystem, where you can live, work, and watch the Cardinals play all within one district. The all-inclusive workspace includes furnished month-to-month offices and suites with stadiums, city, and arch views, concierge mail service, nitro cold brew coffee on tap, and so much more. Call 314-278-5297 or visit spark-stl.com.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE and frustrated taking pills that don't work, Paramount Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that effectively treat your problem. 98% of patients experience immediate results during their first office visit. And for a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Brown. The physicians at Paramount Men's Medical Center offer the most advanced treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Now men are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Guys, to eliminate your frustration in the bedroom, call Paramount Men's Medical Center now to take advantage of this exclusive limited-time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free, and you'll see instant results right in the office. Call now, 314-720-8081. 314-720-8081. That's 314-720-8081.
15 years ago, we were adding on to our home. And so I convinced Sean we should update the kitchen.
We did some research and we decided to go with 3 Day Kitchen and Bath. Their reputation was phenomenal. To design, do the construction and the finish work, what we wanted was what we got from start to finish. So fast forward 15 years, our family's changed. We've gotten bigger.
There just wasn't the space in the kitchen anymore. People were banging into each other.
We decided 3 Day Kitchen and Bath. Here's the problem. What are our solutions? Comparing working with 3 Day Kitchen and Bath 15 years ago, today, their ability to design what you want was the same.
Everything has been what I want.
The quality of 3 Day Kitchen and Bath, I think, is phenomenal. The countertops and the cabinets that they use are great. They were just good guys doing good work.
For more about your new kitchen or bath, visit 3daykitchen.com.
3 Day Kitchen and Bath.
Our hearing does start to decline as we age. Do yourself a favor, get your hearing checked now. It's important to do it sooner than later. I recently had my hearing checked by Dr. Colleen Bosler. Dr. Bosler at the Audiology Center, St. Peter's, Creve Coeur, and Florissant. She is the best. She has a doctorate in audiology, and she carries the top line of hearing aids because there is no one-size-fits-all solution. 636-441-7470, the Audiology Center, STL.com.
Filing for Social Security could be one of the biggest financial decisions of your lifetime. Find out why with Your Retirement Professors, Saturday afternoons at 1 on St. Louis's News Radio, KMOX.
Hey guys, Glover here for Zero Res. If you haven't tried out Zero Res or it's been months since your last deep clean, now's the time to do it. Get Zero Resified from St. Louis's best carpet cleaner for 20% off all cleaning services. 314-474-2020 or ZeroResSTL.com.
Nature Valley is giving away back-to-school gear for free at the Retalk Shop. On TikTok, show how you reduce, reuse, or recycle with hashtag #RetalkForNature. And you could be served a code, unlocking one free item. While supplies last, terms and conditions apply.
You can make our city safer by empowering people to change their lives, make safe and smart decisions, and find meaning. Learn more at missionstl.org/KMOX.
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444. More Amy, more Kevin, more Chris. What is this weird show? The Show on KMOX.
What is it? What's happened?
What's going on? What do you know?
What just happened?
What happened?
I need to know.
Trending now on The Show.
Hi, Chris Raji, Amy Mark Scores, Kevin Wheeler with you here. Trending is brought to you by Old Town Donuts in Florissant and Cottleville. I think the number one thing trending that I see, guys, is that Brittany Griner has been sentenced to 9 years in prison in Russia for bringing vape cartridges into the country.
What a nightmare. That's terrifying for her.
I would. 9 years in a Russian prison is now. There are still ongoing negotiations that could bring her and another American back. I believe it's Whelan is his name, but there's still the negotiations going on. This could simply be, Russia kind of plays games with their own system.
Mm-hmm.
This could be just leverage. Wow, she could spend 9 years here, guys. You better make a deal with us to get her back, because that's 9 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Wow.
Either way, it's terrible.
It is awful. And I hope we get something figured out in not awful news.
And I know that's their law.
Yeah.
But dude, what an outsized punishment for the crime.
Oh gosh.
Just ridiculous.
I'm glad you brought this up because I did forget Elon Musk in his crazy onslaught of tweets for inexplicable reasons. That's how this billionaire chooses to spend his days. He did bring up an interesting point. So we're trying to get Brittany Griner back.
Close enough.
Sorry, I'm struggling with my alphabet. Brittany Griner back from Russia because she's unlawfully detained in jail for marijuana possession or in her vape cartridges. We do have a lot of people in prison in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
For possession of marijuana.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk brought that up, and it's kind of a good
He's
point.
right.
Yeah. He said, if we're going to make a deal to bring her back because that's an unreasonable thing,
what about
maybe we should think about how many people are unreasonably imprisoned here.
You will get no
One time
argument.
I've agreed with Elon Musk. I'm not saying just set everybody free, but you should be re-examining all of those cases.
A broken clock, man. But you can that's 100% true. And you've heard a lot of people over the last several weeks make that argument. Why are we doing this for her when we should be doing it? We should be doing both. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Why is everything one or the other? There are just so many issues that it's both or it's all of it. But people look at this like zero-sum thing where if we do this one thing, we can't do this other. No, you do things simultaneously. And if anything, her situation should shed light on the problems we have here incarcerating people who don't belong in prison.
My little trending note is that it is President Barack Obama's 60th birthday.
It is?
60?
He's only 60?
No, I don't.
I don't mean
That's
that
what it says.
by appearance. I mean, he looks around 60. It just feels like he should be older because it feels like he was around. I forget how young he was when he actually took office.
And everybody is so old now that 60 sounds so young.
Well, no, wait a minute. He's 61.
Yeah, I'm 50.
Why
so
does it
it's
say 60th?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
But it's 61, August 4th, 1961.
Amy, you guys are almost birthday buddies.
Aw.
Wait, when's your birthday?
It was last week.
It was last week.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, you missed it. But you
We
got
had
you got the
cake.
cookie cake.
Yeah.
We
we did.
Waited for you.
And the cookie cake had nothing on it. Like there was no writing. It was
had
just
frosting
a
on
cookie
it.
cake. Oh, yeah,
A man bought it. You think? I think I'm gonna buy frosting and write Happy Birthday.
Yeah,
on there?
I suppose we're lucky it didn't say Happy Thanksgiving.
I would.
You know.
Hey, if I would have found one that said Happy Birthday, Jonathan, I would have bought that.
The 4th of July cookie cake that's been sitting at the store for a month.
You always pick something else, like retirement, baby shower, and then you scratch it out in icing and write your little message.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
That's how I would do it.
If I owned a bakery, I would. My controversial thing that I would do is I would refuse to ever make a birthday cake for Amy.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. Somebody comes in, wants to pay me for a birthday cake for Amy, and I'd refuse. And I'd say it's because of my beliefs.
Well, we'll just all boycott your bakery.
I don't believe in Amy's birthday.
The Big Jerk Bakery owned by Chris Raji.
Oh, that's a great... I love that name.
KMOX, KECK HD2, K254CR St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The Cardinals host the Brewers August 12th through 14th and celebrate the Heartland Coca-Cola 1982 World Champions 40th Anniversary Weekend. On Friday, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home an embroidered 1982 V-neck jersey courtesy of Phillips 66. That's Friday, August 12th. The Cardinals, the Brewers, an 82 V-neck jersey. Great seats remain. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/promotions.
Do you feel the need for speed? Then fly over to Busch Stadium for Top Gun Maverick Night on Friday, August 12th. That night, the Cardinals host the Brewers, and with the purchase of a special themed ticket, fans will take home an exclusive Cardinals t-shirt featuring our favorite co-pilots, Uncle Charlie and Yachty. That's August 12th, Top Gun Maverick Night at Busch Stadium. For tickets or more information, visit cardinals.com/theme.
I want to thank all my customers and the listeners and the referrals that we've been receiving. The referrals we receive are phenomenal. They're actually, it makes my heart happy. I have seen in the company has experienced phenomenal growth and enormous amount of calls the month of June. I would like to believe that's because we're just like the number one company. We did take a vote, but we're actually number one because I asked 15 of my employees to rate us on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. They all gave the company a 10. I mean, you might be thinking, well, they don't want to lose their job. I don't roll that way. So here it is. It's Bart Inman, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600. Bart Inman, 314-293-2600, Missouri and Illinois. Or Bart Inman, that's, I almost forgot. It's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news. KMOX.
At 11 o'clock, we have cloudy skies. It's 77 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Carol Daniel. A reminder, the Cardinals play a doubleheader today after Wednesday's game between the Cubs and Cards was postponed by rain. St. Louis added 4 pitchers in deals over the last several days, including left-hander Jose Quintana. He will make his Cardinals debut in the second game of today's day-night doubleheader. We have pregame for you coming up with Tom Ackerman at 11:20 this morning. Historic rainfall hitting St. Louis.
This has been the wettest 2-week period St. Louis has ever seen.
Meteorologist Matt Beitcher with the National Weather Service St. Louis office says Wednesday's old record of 1.45 inches was shattered.
The new record, which is yesterday's rainfall total, does not include rain that fell this morning, just after, just yesterday. 4.32 inches. That is a new record.
The rain amounts for St. Louis are recorded at Lambert Airport. Last Tuesday, a record that stood for 100 years was broken when just over 8 inches of rain fell there. Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
President Biden issuing a statement responding to Brittany Griner's sentencing.
I'm Steve Dorsey in Washington. The president says Griner is wrongfully detained in Russia, calling it unacceptable. He's calling again on the Kremlin to release her and return her to her family, friends, and teammates. Mr. Biden says the U.S. will pursue every path to her freedom, along with securing the release of Marine veteran Paul Whelan, who was arrested in December 2018 on espionage charges. Steve Dorsey, CBS News, Washington.
Newcomer Catherine Penner scored an upset in the Republican county executive race Tuesday, as you heard on KMOX, handily beating longtime state rep Shamed Dogan, but many people know very little about her.
I stand for the Constitution of the United States of America, innovation, and common sense.
Penner says, contrary to some reports, she did campaign but did not raise any money.
Because I feel that when you do that, you start working for the special interest, the people who are funding you. And for my position, I really want to be that civil servant, the representative of the people of the county.
Penner says she was endorsed by the Missouri Republican Assembly. The St. Louis County Republican Central Committee has said they've been unable to reach her, but Penner says she's happy to work with them now that she's won the primary. A former Missouri teacher has been sentenced to 30 years in federal prison for coercing minor children to send him pornographic images and videos. 31-year-old Brandon Lane McCullough of Branson was sentenced Tuesday for 5 counts in the scheme. So far, investigators have identified 11 child victims across the country, but they say there are likely many more victims. McCullough was a teacher at Cassville High School at the time the crimes occurred. KMOX News Time 11:03. A hot new video game has become a unique fundraiser as well.
In the new video game called Stray, a virtual cat is the hero, making its way through sludge and peril in a mostly abandoned city. And now gamers who are streaming their play are raising money for animal shelters and other cat charities through online fundraising platforms. Some shelters have been given free copies of the game to raffle off and solicit donations. One raised $7,000 in 1 week. A marketing expert at the Nebraska Humane Society says it's been good PR for a game that's already a top seller and has created new donor bases. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
The First Mid-Bank and Trust Business Desk, the average long-term U.S. mortgage rate fell below 5% for the first time in 4 months this week, just after the Federal Reserve jacked up its main borrowing rate in an aggressive effort to keep inflation under control. The Dow from Stifel is off 61 points at 32,751. Checking the commute, Revis Barracks Road, currently impassable at Green Park. You should find an alternate route. And MoDOT says avoid the area. There's a stalled vehicle southbound 270 at 64. The right lane is closed there. And a stall westbound 70 at Union on the right shoulder. And a stall should be cleared out any moment now at northbound 55 before Butler Hill Road. That stall on the right shoulder. The KMOX forecast.
Still dealing with some unsettled weather as we go through the afternoon, but the action is a little more limited than the last 24 hours. But we'll keep the chance of a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms around. 88 for the high. Humidity does not go away. Tonight, partly cloudy, quite humid, 72. Friday, partly sunny, still steamy. Couple of spot thunderstorms Friday, 88, 92, and steamy with spot storms. Both weekend days, Saturday and Sunday. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray for the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
A flash flood warning remains in effect for St. Louis County until 11:45 this morning. Right now we have cloudy skies at 77 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Carol Daniel, KMOX News.
The show, sponsored by Straight Realty, your St. Louis area experts. Why pay more than 4? 314-441-4444.
11:05 on the show here on KMOX. Chris Ranji, Amy Mark, Scores, Kevin Wheeler with you here. Obviously, Cardinals baseball coming your way in a few minutes. We'll be wrapping up in a few. Pregame starts at 11:20. First pitch is coming up at 12:15 as part of a day-night doubleheader.
Guys, I have to believe this is not really a problem, but it sounds like there's a problem. Do you like Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
I've been to Cracker Barrel.
Quackle Barrel?
Quackle Barrel.
Okay. You've been to Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
Yeah. And
it's good. It's fun. They have a great gift shop. They have very nice bathrooms, and I'm a big fan of the rocking chairs. In fact, my parents have a bunch of rocking chairs on their porch, so we feel like the Cracker Barrel.
When she said, I've been to Cracker Barrel, my first thought is, I bet she likes those chairs out front.
I love the chairs
If there's
out front.
anybody in the world that I can envision in a rocking chair,
Yes.
just loving the rocking chair, it's you.
No. You have no idea how much I love the rocking chairs. I love rocking chairs. Rocking chairs on a porch are my favorite thing in this whole world.
That sounds right. It's such an old world thing that you would be a a fan of.
I was made for a different time.
You were made for the time where the phone, you picked it up off the box and then you had to like crank it. And then the operator would say, hello. And then you'd have to say, yeah, connect me to the Johnsons down the street.
I have the sensibilities of that time. Unfortunately, I have the skill set of a millennial in 2020. You know what I mean? So
in other words, even if you were back then, you'd be in trouble.
I'd be in trouble, even though the sensibilities that I have are very old timey.
I have a theory about this. This relates to longtime sports takes, but if you came up back then, you would have that skill set.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody from back then came up now, they'd have the modern skill set. I mean, it's not like you would go, unless you just want to create a time machine and you're going to go back there from now, in which case you're host.
You know what I love? I love having a fun topic to goof around and then having Kevin just completely deflate it.
Yeah, he's like that.
I mean,
it's just
I know what he would do.
It's just facts.
Well, see, so I know where Kevin would stand on this.
Okay.
Cracker Barrel's being canceled.
What?
Yeah, they're canceling Cracker Barrel.
Wait, what do you mean?
No, they're not.
Well, because here's what they did. They wrote in a post recently on Facebook that they are adding Impossible Sausage to their menu. You know what Impossible Sausage is?
Yes, I do.
It is plant-based sausage.
Like substance.
Sausage-like. It's not meat.
Right.
But it's a vegetarian option. It's a healthier option for people who don't like meat.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what they wrote in their post. Discover new meat frontiers, which is okay. Like, I might have an objection to that.
Yeah, it's like, where are we going?
I have an objection with
I
that.
have a feeling, though, that the meats on the menu are the old ones.
Experience the out-of-this-world flavor of Impossible Sausage made from plants next time you build your own breakfast.
Okay.
Because that's a menu item, right?
It's like a great advertisement.
You can choose all the different pieces that you'd like to be.
There are a lot of people on Facebook who are not happy that Cracker Barrel has gone this way.
What? They've added a menu item?
Some of the comments, Kevin.
Yeah.
All the more reason to stop eating at Cracker Barrel. This is not what Cracker Barrel was to be all about.
What?
So I will say
I just lost respect for a once great Tennessee company.
What?
Yeah.
If I wanted a salad, I would in fact order a salad. Stop with the plant-based meat crap.
Just order the regular meat.
No, the Cracker Barrel has gone woke. It really is the end times.
Oh my God.
Guys.
Okay, wait. But there's something to be said for reading the room. And if you were to list the top 200 restaurants for vegans, I would not put Cracker Barrel on that list.
Amy, I'm going to tell you to read this because imagine having friends who are you're a vegan, right? You're not. But
No,
let's
I'm not a vegan.
say for the sake of argument you are a vegan. Let's say you've got 8 friends and your 8 friends say, "Let's go to Cracker Barrel for breakfast."
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice to be able to go with them to Cracker
I think
Barrel?
it'd be great.
And you have an option for yourself. They can order their bacon and pork
Toast.
steak or whatever else is there.
Toast, grits, and Impossible Sausage. I would think it would be more inclusive for
How
vegans.
is this? What I don't understand is the outrage over something like this.
Well,
It's an option you don't ever have to order.
And nothing's being taken away from you.
Right.
You can still get your pork sausages.
Yes.
You can still get your turkey sausages. You can still get the links versus the patties.
Yeah.
You still get your chicken.
Yeah. Again, I think the reason why like I said, I don't think there's a bunch of vegans. Maybe there are. If you're a vegan who loves Cracker Barrel, 436-7900. But is it kind of like at Busch Stadium if they announced, hey, all the Cardinals fans, you're here, you're welcome. We've got all the paraphernalia, but we are now also selling Cubs hats for
No,
Cubs
it's not.
fans.
It's more like going to a Cardinals game. You want a beer? Maybe you don't really drink, but you like beer. They offer non-alcoholic beer at the ball game.
Do
You
they?
don't
Yeah.
have to order it.
I'm
Do
sure.
If you don't like
I
it,
haven't
don't
looked,
get it.
But I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I don't drink beer either way. So
Like you would have to go to a kiosk
You
or
have to
to
find
a
it,
yes,
yeah.
you got to go find it, but they do have it.
I just
So I don't
Do we
understand the
have
outrage
no
over something
vegans
like this.
responding that they eat at Cracker Barrel?
well,
Well, I think you're again
no,
missing.
Amy, not in 1 minute.
You not in 1 minute.
Come on, vegans, 436.
436-7900.
I would actually rather hear from someone that's mad about something being added that you don't ever have to eat.
Okay, if you're mad at Cracker Barrel, 436-7900.
Like, what are you mad about?
Well, it's not that 5 vegans have decided, hey guys, let's go to Cracker Barrel for breakfast. They have Impossible Sausage now. It's more for you got a group of people. There are 5 or 6 of you,
Yeah.
and one of you is a vegan. Well, now that person can more easily order when they go to Cracker Barrel with their friends. What is the big deal about this?
I mean, would somebody have made that same argument like, I'm never going to participate in a place that's going to have diet soda? Should be the real thing or nothing.
Kevin,
That's
you are someone,
also a great point.
You are someone who's mad at everything all the time.
Yes.
Have you ever put your foot down just for something irrational?
No.
Oh, come on.
Not that I can think of. Let me
Because
put it
it's
that way.
more fun to get mad at irrational things. You know, if we talk about like
No, it's more fun to be
serious-
mad at actual things.
No, it's not
like
though.
bad drivers,
But-
like Josh Hawley.
Well, but
Oh,
those
yeah.
have serious consequences. I think it's fun to get worked up about a little stupid thing
Well,
because politics actually has
okay.
real consequences, right? And it's like people's lives could be
Absolutely.
destroyed. But if you get funny angry at something irrational, that can be funny.
Yeah, but if you're posting on Facebook about how
Yeah.
you're canceling
They
Cracker
seem
Barrel
serious.
because they added something to the menu that you don't want to eat.
Woke Cracker Barrel is that's the funniest damn thing I've heard in a long
Yeah.
time.
I
That's
do-
so great.
I do get mad at like video games, so that would maybe qualify.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's Kevin, when you're playing your video game, you're playing for pride.
Right, I'm not mad at anybody else.
You're playing for pride though, and when the game
Mhm.
screws you,
Yeah.
you have no recourse but to be angry and
Sometimes
throw the controller.
AI cheats. It just does.
My great grandma used to throw the Scrabble board if she got mad.
I like turtles.
Well, you were talking.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Driver Joe texts in
Okay.
314-436-7900, says, I think it's a bunch of he's mad about something. I think it's a bunch of BS. The Cardinals got rained out last night, and we have to miss the majority of the show today.
Oh,
Wasn't that
thanks,
nice of
Driver
Joe?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rain is causing all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Flooding, Cardinals games rained out, our shows like 75% less today.
Which, as we continue this sausage segment, I feel like I'm glad it's cut short today.
What are you talking about? This
Dang
is
it.
serious. Cracker Barrel is being canceled.
Yeah.
Not
Why
for
don't we
real,
all
though.
go to Cracker Barrel?
By the way,
I
also-
can't stand this cancel
Also,
culture.
I thought that if that's what you're mad about, like woke people aren't you anti-cancel culture by definition? If you
No,
don't like
only-
the whole woke
no,
movement, or
no.
is it okay to cancel
Only
if
when it
it's what
suits you.
Okay, so that's it. So the cancel culture is okay as long as what's being canceled is something you don't like.
Well, here's
Guys.
another one
Yeah.
from a 251. Cancel KMOX for putting you guys on the air.
Yes.
That's it. Listen,
Hey, they followed it with an LOL. It was a joke.
I am canceling that comment.
No.
I'm canceling their canceling of this station.
Guys.
251 area code. Well done. That was funny.
A remote from Cracker Barrel, all three of us in the rocking chairs. I'm going to do it. That's what I'm going to push for that.
251 area code. Hello, Alabama. It's Mobile.
How
Oh,
do you know
cool.
that? Would you Google it?
Yeah, answer man. What
You're
do you-
answer man now. That's my job.
Mobile, hello. Thanks for listening from Mobile, Alabama. Cardinals baseball coming up next.
You did my part.
Oh, sorry.
Well done. Thank you.
Hello, this is Dave Walker, former Comptroller General of the United States. The federal government has grown dramatically, promised too much, lost control of its budget, and must restructure its finances in order to create a better future.
I agree, Dave.